This is a little preview of what you're about to see in this video. The video is about saddling Prince for the first time. And if that's the only part you're interested in seeing, please skip towards the end of the video. But I highly recommend that you watch from the beginning because it will show you a lot of the extra preparation that's needed with an overly reactive horse like him in order to set him up for success for the first saddling. So here we are with Prince again. This is his third session. He had a short session yesterday, and today we brought a helper, a horse teacher, and her name is Olive, and she's pretty much unspookable, right, Olive? So a lot of times when you have a very reactive horse, it is so helpful for another horse to show that horse that this is nothing to be scared of. All these things are just fun to be around. And for him, yesterday he was doing so much better, but it takes a little bit of time to remind him, hey, this is not scary. See him licking and chewing right away, as opposed to the first session. And this one would just want to, she's just like, I don't care what happens. And she's young. He's actually older than her. She's barely 2 years old, but she was raised right. And this guy here wasn't introduced to anything in the world. But you can see already, just from the other day, he remembers a lot. He's not going to be perfect quite yet, and especially around his legs here, but he is a lot better. I mean, at least he doesn't bolt like he did before. So we're just reminding him right now that, hey, this is not scary, and if it's in front of you or behind you, it's just fun. Okay? And we can touch you with it and rub you with it, and nothing bad's gonna happen to you. So there's a little bit of reaction there, and we just have to recheck and get rid of all of this, because he's just not trusting yet, and it's gonna take a long time for him to it's gonna take a long time for him to really reprogram his mind that things in the world are not that scary. But the trust that him and I have for each other is a lot more, it's a lot stronger than the very first session we did. But if you see that there is a hole, you gotta go fix it. You can't, I can't just continue with the saddling when he is reactive about things behind him. Okay? We gotta fix all this before we do saddling. Okay? Good boy. Yes, stopping is good. Good boy. And with some horses as reactive as he is, it's going to take some time. But he wants to be good. These spooky horses, they don't want to live in fear. They want to not be afraid. And imagine, even as a human, if you just have anxiety and fear every single day of your life, they don't want that. They want to build confidence. And people are there. Oh, good boy. He licked and chewed. Good boy. Yeah, you're going to show him how this is not scary, Mama? Remember this? It's not scary. See, Prince? This is not scary. There. This is the teacher horse. See him licking and chewing right away. So another horse is very confident about this. She's like nibbling at it and almost breaking it. There. That's the curiosity of a horse right there. So then he will be like, I guess she survived. She survived the white flag. What a miracle. So the other day we couldn't touch him with this, and now we can. So this is a big deal, and when you're on and up. He's not bolting away. He's not perfect yet, but he's only got 2 sessions. So he's not going to be perfect, especially because he was so reactive. But this is a lot better today than what it was before with the first session. Here, I'll even help him and put it right there above them. And here, Olive is totally giving him confidence, saying, hey bud, this is really nothing to be worried about. Look, I can eat it. Right? Yes, I can eat it. So, okay. Alright. And see, going right behind her butt doesn't bother her whatsoever. Around, all around, down below, down in here. And so that's how we need to get this guy to be. All around, down here. All right. Olive is like, give me something else to play with. This is more. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Olive over there is not really being interested in this. Because to her this is boring. But this little guy needs a little more help. Oh good, he's being trained, so I'm releasing. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Alright. Good boy. Olive over there is exploring the saddle. She's never had, oh, he's hinting. I'm going to release that. Good boy. Olive has never had a saddle on her. Good boy. Good boy. He's really scared about this, seeing it from this other side. See, on his back, not so much. He's used to this on his back. Seeing it from the other side. But right there at the bottom, he's really not so sure about it. Good. So if you see any holes in your training, you got to go back and fix that before it gets, you know, being a saddle issue. Which is not a saddle issue, he's just scared. So if I was to put the saddle on him, before I clean all this up, and something, a bush, a bunny, something, I don't know, something flew under his belly, and he started bucking with the saddle, everybody's going to say, oh, my horse bucks with the saddle. Well, it's not the saddle that causes the bucking, it's because he's never gotten over this. Things, you know, flying under his belly between his legs and going under, and him seeing it from the other eye. All right, and Olive is right here supporting him, which is so beautiful to me, how she is helping him. You see this? And it's going even under her belly, and she's saying, hey bud, there's absolutely zero to be scared about, right? Very good job, Olive. Good job. Now, I'm bringing the teacher horse as an example of what you could do, but you don't have to have a teacher horse. But they're friends, so it just helps him build his confidence. Okay? Very good. All right. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, so there's a few more things that we can use to prepare him for the saddle. of them right there. She just likes to play with things. Okay. First off, even the sound of this material might bother horses because it's all, you know, just a weird sound and a weird feel. But he's seeing over here that Olive is not scared, right? So I'm gonna let him smell it, and I'm gonna let her be very curious about it. Good. And then we're gonna bed him with it. Okay. There we go. Now if we didn't do all that preparation with the flag, with the rope, with the stick and string, he would have panicked and moved away from it, or kicked at it right under his belly over here. But he's okay, and whatever we do on one side, we also need to not forget to do on the other side. Just because the horse is okay, see a little bit of reaction there? Just because the horse is okay on one side, that does not mean that they would accept that same stimulus on the other side. And we're going to show him that, yeah, everything is okay, every side is okay. Good. And Olive is helping. See, Olive? There you go. She just wants to eat it. You see? Good. There you go. All right. And we just, you know, I have a variety of colors here because you'd be surprised how my Mustang, who's a jumper and she can jump anything, she would just not jump a jump just because it's a different color. Not because it's high. It's just because it's red or pink or yellow or white, you know. And so after the first run, she's solid perfect. But for some horses, color makes a difference. So I want to just really check on here again, like what happens if this happens, right, on his butt, and if he's okay with me throwing it all over. And because this girl here is okay with it, he's pretty much okay with it. So we're going to leave that alone and introduce the orange color. One time we were riding and there were some workers and there were a lot of orange flags. And, you know, we didn't think much of it because it's just, you know, people are working, our horses have seen people working. And then one of the guys just lifted the flag, and our horses are not really afraid of flags, but just because it was an orange flag and not the flag that they're used to, it all of a sudden became a spooky thing for them, which normally would be okay. And you look so good in your orange, bud. You look so good. Yeah, good boy. Okay, and now, last but not least, we'll introduce this green. And put it on Olive first. Make sure she is totally cool. And oops, this boy here, Prince, witnesses that. We're gonna come on this side with it. Hey, bud. There we go. Bright, bright green, huh? Is it bright, buddy? It's so bright. Okay, I think we're okay with the colors. Again, some horses are not gonna care. Can you move, Olive, just a little? Thank you, girl. Some horses are not gonna care, and some horses will. So we just have to make sure that that's not a problem at all. See, the white, there we go. I just want to make sure that I can flop this on him, you know, without much reaction here. And it seems like we're doing good on this side. I want to make sure that if I go behind, he's not gonna spook. And again, I mean, you don't do this on the first day. If I would have done that on the first day, he would have given me a good kick right there. But we've worked on his legs, the desensitizing. See, still he has a little bit of spook in there. So I'm gonna have to come back and kind of that things can touch his legs and he doesn't need to absolutely panic about it, right? Good deal. All right. Now, good boy. So you can use your rope here and always warn the horse that you're gonna come under his belly so he doesn't like cow kick you or anything. And this would simulate the girth or the cinch, you know, being under. Olive is very supportive. Look at her. Good girl, Olive. So I tighten it and then I release it. I tighten it and then I release it. This could be a very scary thing for a horse who's never been saddled before. So the release explains to the horse that even if you feel this feeling, it's not gonna be there forever. There's a way to get back to normal. You know, it tightens and it releases. It tightens and then it releases. Good boy. It doesn't seem like he has much trouble with that, but you gotta be systematic about checking all these things. So now, Olive, babysit for me, please. My other horses have put the surcingle out. So one of the things that can help prepare a horse for the saddle is a surcingle. So this is a good way for him to, okay. It's a good test for him. Hi Olive, thank you. Do you like the surcingle, baby? Good girl. It's a good thing for him to experience that tightness that I was talking about. Can you move, baby? Just a little. Good girl. All right, let's turn this way to the camera, bud. Good boy. All right. So, good. Okay, so ideally you want to hold on to this and you want to give him a warning that you're going to be in there. And just let him feel that something is tighter around his belly. So you don't have to do it super tight, but just tight enough so that when he moves, he doesn't lose it. So right here, I want to see how he'll react about moving with it. And you gotta have your wits about you because see how he's coming to me. I want to make sure that he can move with it without freaking out about it. Come on. So I want to send him out a little bit and kind of trot around. Good. Good. And whoa. Good boy. He's taking a joy. He's not scared of it. That's excellent, baby. That is an excellent boy. Excellent. Good boy. And make sure that the halter doesn't obstruct their breathing. Sometimes when you first put it on, it kind of tends to slip down towards that soft part of the nose. Make sure it's up here so that's not a added bad feeling for them. Okay, so I'm going to try to do the other side. No, I want to go the other way. There you go. You always have to check both sides. All right, let's try that again. Go, no, go the other way. Go the other way. Yep. Sorry, Olive. You're in the way, baby. And whoa. Whoop. Good boy. What an awesome boy you are. Good boy. Good boy. All right. And now he needs to experience the real deal. Now it's time for him to put the saddle on for the first time ever, right? Good boy. But take time to prepare the horse, okay? The first saddling experience may set their mind about how they feel about the saddle. So you always want to make this a good experience and set them up for success. here, I can put that on her first and let him sniff it from there. Want to see the saddle, baby? But if she wasn't here, I would just put it on him. Alright, good boy. So it's probably a good idea for him to follow the saddle a little bit, so he can sniff it better. Want to follow the saddle and sniff it? There you go. It's a good saddle, isn't it? Yummy. Yeah. Alright. And now, same thing again. We'll do a little approach and retreat here with it. I'm going to put it on him, take it off him, put it on, take it off. And this way a little bit, bud. Put it on him and kind of wiggle it around. Make sure that he's not worried about any of this. Okay. Alright. So, I'm going to let him sniff the pad. I'm going to make sure that he doesn't have anything pokey on him that can cause him discomfort or a bad experience. Because you want this first time to be a really good experience for them. That might, you know, they get uncomfortable, that might set up their mind for what their opinion is about the saddle in the long run. And it's really much easier to not create it than to fix their opinion if it's negative. So not create a negative opinion versus fixing a negative opinion later. Alright, so I've already done approach and retreat with this a few times. So I'm going to set the saddle on him. Okay. Make sure it's comfortable. Okay, kind of let him know I'm coming here underneath him. Okay. And never let go of the lead rope when you're doing the saddle. Okay, and I'm not going to do it too tight, but it has to be snug enough to where when he starts moving, this saddle does not fall off of him. And I'm doing approach and retreat again. I'm tightening and then I'm loosening, okay? So, I don't know how he's going to react. He might buck, he might not buck. But in any case, you know, be prepared that they don't come towards you and buck on top of you. Hi, Olive. So when I ask him to move, you would probably need to be away from me. Come on, bud. Let's see how you do. Come on. Okay, good boy. Okay, come on. Alright. He's not breaking in half here. Good job. Yeah. Alright. And the first time, let's switch directions. Okay, let's see if now that he's free and running, how he will do. Up. Good boy, and whoa. Good, switch direction, good boy. And excellent, that was an awesome first time. Hey, whoa. Good boy. Good boy. All right. Excellent. Okay. This was excellent. This was excellent. I'm sorry if the camera didn't follow him around the whole time. But I am filming alone. But today was the day where I had time to do a session with him. And we had to do it that way, right, Olive? Yes. So now further with the saddle, what I'm going to do is just put it on him each day and just get him used to wearing it, okay? And also, I'm going to make sure I desensitize him to all kinds of noises on top of the saddle. You know, before he ever gets ridden, he needs to be okay with all this flappage. Now, the reason he's not reacting much is because we've already conditioned him that when he's scared, we want him to stand still, right? Because that's what we've been working on teaching him. And he's not perfect yet with all that, but he will be an Olive one day, or behave as chilled as she does. Yeah, and then right here by the back, where it's scarier, you know, all this. And whatever we do on one side, we do on the other. Hopefully no big reaction. I want to move him just to the side so I can show better. All right. So I get the stirrup here. I flap it with a scary sound. Anything in the back here. Just weird feelings on his back. Tugging. Wiggling. And then sometimes it is very helpful to just leave the saddle on him for a couple of hours and make sure he just really gets used to wearing it, like, you know, it's not a big deal for him anymore. But you always have to check if, you know, the saddle gets loose after you move him around a little bit, that you cinch it one more, because if the saddle gets loose and goes underneath his belly and then he gets his legs stuck in there, he can hurt himself or again have a very bad experience. And we don't ever want to associate anything bad with the saddle or a rider or a human. We gotta reprogram him to be good and to expect good. I mean, he is good, just to have that behavior that we appreciate versus, you know, being so scared and hurting himself or a rider because he's so scared. It's not because he's bad, it's just he doesn't expect anything good from people because he's had some negative experiences. But we are changing all of this for him, and he's gonna be great, right? Right, Prince? We called him Prince because he's so kingly and just beautiful, and there's a grace about him and I don't know what it is. We just thought he looked like a prince, right? We don't have words for that. All right. What a good boy you are. Thank you, Olive. Oh, you're bored. Is that what you're saying? Is it you're bored? Yeah. Very good girl. Very good. Very good boy. Yes. Okay. And that's our session. You go run with that saddle for a little bit, huh? Go run with it for a little bit. Okay, baby? Go for it. You want to follow me? I love you too. I love you too, baby. Hey, let's check those feet of yours, because you were kicking before, huh? Let's see how you're going to do with the saddle being on you. Can I see it? Oh, what an awesome boy you are. What a good boy. Let me see the front. Can I see the front? Ooh, you need the farrier, huh, baby? I need the farrier. Let's see the other side. Huh? Let's see the other side, sweetheart. Can I see the front? Can I? Good boy. What an awesome boy you are. Oh, thank you. You already offering? Yeah. Now this little horse used to kick when you went to touch his feet for any reason. We have a few rocks in here, bud. But now he's not kicking. You can change a horse. It just sometimes with these guys takes a lot more work than with an olive who was born and raised correctly. All right. Well, thanks for watching. I hope this helps.